Hi, this is Sonya Doswell. I'd like to welcome you to Solminod, where all things are possible. We are so excited to be back up here in the beautiful Emerald City of Seattle, Washington, for the Lenny Wilkens Foundation Classic, Celebrity Classic, golf, dinner, auction. Oh, it's just a full weekend of events, and all for such a great cause for the children and the families that are associated with the Odessa Brown Children's Clinic. And right now we have a very special guest that's here with us. We have Garfield Heard. You actually go by Gar, though, correct?
That's correct.
Thanks for coming on by, Gar.
Oh, I'm glad to be here.
Gar, excuse me. My mix of words.
That's okay. That may call a lot of different things. So.
That's when you're happy for editing, right? So we thank you so much for coming by. But I just wanted to chat with you a little bit. So you had an incredible playing career, huh?
It was fun.
Yeah.
I had a chance to play for 11 years, so got a chance to play in a lot of different cities.
Yes.
But we made a lot of good friends, so it was good.
And then you went on to coach for a number of years.
Right. I went to coaching in '86 and coached until 2005, until the game just kind of wore me down. So,
Who's your favorite team to coach?
Easy
now.
I had more fun in Indiana. Because
Did you? The Pacers?
Pacers. We had a younger team. And we had a team that was coming up. So we had some great years there. So I had a lot of fun in Indiana. Didn't like the city because of the cold weather, but the people there was great.
You're a warm weather man, aren't you?
I'm a warm weather man all the way. I was born in warm weather.
Where were you born?
I was born in Georgia.
Oh, you were? Oh, no, you're a hot weather man. This is hot in Georgia. It's a hot Atlanta. It's a hot country there.
Well, you learn to adjust. Like when you're growing up, you don't think about the heat.
No, of course.
We used to play outside all the time and didn't think about the heat.
Right.
As I got older, I just started to find air conditioning.
Exactly. Right. And so you haven't been coaching since, what was the last year?
Last year was 2005 in Detroit.
Yeah, 6 years ago then, with the Pistons.
Right. And so missed out on the championship year by 1 year. So.
Oh, yeah. But you had your hand in it, though, you know?
Yeah, we got into the finals that last year, but we didn't quite win it.
And what was your most exciting game that you ever played in?
Well, I have to go back to Phoenix, 1976, in the championship game against the Celtics.
Yes.
That's the one that everybody's always talking about. And it was a triple overtime game. Unfortunately, we lost the game, but it was one of the games that everybody's still talking about today.
Larry Bird?
No, Larry Bird wasn't around then. It was a happy check.
He wasn't yet? When did Larry come back on the scene?
Larry came in 78, I believe.
I was going to say I can see him in 79. So, okay, 78, 79. Okay.
But that was Dave Cowell and John Havlicek years.
Oh, yeah.
That was when we was young guys. But I actually started out here in Seattle, and Lenny was my first coach in the pros.
Lenny was your first coach, really? What an honor, huh?
Yes, it was. And just amazing to watch him play. I heard Tommy talking about him, how he was as a player. Unbelievable just to sit and watch another young guy sit and watch him play like that.
Yeah, wow. Have you ever seen it of his old footage when he used to play?
I actually got a chance to see him live, so that's even better. But, the only thing about Lenny, he was tough on rookies. So my rookie year, I rarely saw the court until like the end of the season.
Right. But what an amazing coach he is, huh?
He was an amazing coach. Even then you could tell that he was going to be a great coach. That was his first year. He was a player coach that year, but he knew the game. He knew how to play the game. He was very good with the players. So you knew he was going to have a great career as a coach. And now he's in the Hall of Fame as a coach.
Yes, that's right. Absolutely. One of the greatest, and in my view, the greatest of all time.
And he's a great guy too. I've known him since I came in the league, and I have nothing but respect for him.
And so you were here in Seattle just 2 seasons then?
Just 2 seasons, yes. When Lenny was traded to Cleveland and they brought in the coach, that's when I left.
And so what did you think of Seattle?
I love Seattle. It's just so far away from home, but I love Seattle. I still love Seattle. I don't get back as much as I like to, but it's really a beautiful city. And I still love the city.
Well, and isn't it great that he has the events here every August? Because there's nothing like Seattle in August, huh?
Nothing like it. I left 90+ degree weather in Atlanta, so I think I might stick around for a while.
Yes, I think when I left Des Moines and flew in, I think it was like 98 that day with the heat index about 107. Whew.
That's a little different. I played in a golf tournament Monday in Montgomery, Alabama, and the heat index was 108.
Ooh.
So, coming up here is like no oasis.
I know. I got off the plane and I was like, whew, I can breathe. Because when it gets like that, it's thick, isn't it?
It is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is thick.
you adjust. I can deal with hot weather. With cold weather, I have to. It's a little different.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I mean, if I'm going to be in cold weather, I need to be up in a lodge, in the mountain, maybe in a hot tub. I mean, it needs to be on purpose. I'm there for the weekend or a few days, and I know I'm going home, right?
As long as I can come in and come out, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Other than that, you can have the cold weather now. I don't have to be in it, so I don't stay in it.
Right. So you're not a snow skier then?
I've never going to see it in my life.
I understand that. I'm just not a big fan myself either. So let's just talk a little bit more about your coaching days then. What was your most memorable game that you ever coached, or year?
That's interesting. I have to go back a few years. Probably, I would say Indiana too, because we had an opportunity to get to the finals in Indiana against the Knicks. And one of the most memorable games we played was in New York, and I think we was trailing by 4 points or something, like 10 seconds to go, and believe it or not, we won the game. Reggie Miller made some unbelievable plays, and we won that game. So that one game that stands out to me as a coach.
How did he win it? With what shot?
He made a three-pointer, stole the ball, and made another shot to put us ahead and win the game.
Well, isn't that just like Reggie?
It's like Reggie, and he loved New York, so that was perfect for him. That was his stage.
That's right. Yeah, I love playing in front of that audience.
New York is always a special place to play in front, especially when you can beat the Knicks, and it was always a special place. Madison Square Garden is one of the places that you dream about playing in as a kid, and you get a chance to play in it, not only playing it, but coach in it, so it was perfect.
Well, when you're in New York and LA, you have all the celebrities that come out too and are lining the court, and I mean, you got Spike out there, and
and Reggie and Spike had a special thing going, so and it delighted him, and they won the game.
To say the least.
But it's great to have fans like that, though, because they're very supportive of their team.
Yes. Yeah, you go to LA and you got Jack Nicklaus sitting right there, cheering everybody on.
Right, he's there, and he's a friendly guy. He really doesn't like the average fan. He doesn't give you a hard time. He respects good plays, and but he always comes pull for his Lakers.
Yeah, he is a loyal fan, it seems. Sure. So you have been coming here to the Lenny Wilkens Foundation Celebrity Classic for about 3, 4, or 5 years.
3 years. This is my third year here. I had been coaching up until then.
Right.
And get an opportunity to come, but I ran to Lenny in Phoenix on the All-Star game about 4 years ago. They invited me to come up. So
good.
Of course, being Lenny, I said no question about it.
Of course, anything for Coach. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're glad that you're here. What about the auction items that are up there? Did you score anything in the last couple of years?
Last year, believe it or not, I bought a little doll for my grandbaby.
Aww.
She just turned a year old in July. And she was only about 3 months old last year. So I bought a little doll for her last year. So I was thinking I'd find something for her this year too.
Oh, something for her this year?
Oh yeah, I'm spoiling her. I told my son I was going to spoil her like my grandmother spoiled them.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to spoil her.
So you have 2 daughters and 2 sons?
I have 2 daughters and 2 sons. First grandbaby.
First grandbaby. And before we were taping, you had mentioned that you were just in the Dominican not too long ago for your daughter's wedding, huh?
Right. My youngest daughter got married in May in Puerto Cantón. So I had a chance to go there, and I'm still recovering from that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was fun, and it was really great because she had an opportunity to go there and plan her own wedding. So
and isn't Punta Cana just so beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous. I like to go there next time on my own, where I don't have to worry about being the father of the bride, so I can kind of relax and play a little golf.
Right. Check out the H10 properties that are down there. I was talking to you about earlier, the Ocean Blue and Sand. Check that. It's a great property. And the people are lovely there, too. Don't you find them to be lovely?
People are great there.
Yeah.
They were really nice to us. I go there about once a year in May, but I go to Casa de Ponte to play in golf there. So it's one of my favorite stops.
Yeah, it's just beautiful there. And it's a rich culture, too. It's, it's one of those areas it's tough to see the extreme wealthy and then the extreme poverty that's there, but I tell you, the people are just so precious, just lovely.
No question, I enjoy it. Like I said, I would look forward to going back and, especially playing the golf there because they have some great golf courses. Of course, the caddies are great.
Yeah, right.
My game is not up to par yet, but, they have you.
Well, and you've only been retired, 4 or 5 years now, so it's time for you to get your game on a little bit more and
I'm trying to get it down. I play till about 8 or 9 now, but I'm trying to get back down to around 3 or 4. As long as I stay in Arizona and work on it in the wintertime, it should get there.
Right.
So.
So what's your best handicap ever been?
I was 3 when I lived in Phoenix.
Oh, that's impressive.
But that was years ago before I started working.
And are you married?
No, divorced. I've been divorced for a few years. So.
And where are you living?
I live in Scottsdale now.
And is it? Do you get out of town in the hot summers?
Get out of Scottsdale in the summer, and I go back home to Atlanta. You know, most of my family's still in Atlanta. So
Sure.
I spend most of the summer in Atlanta, but the way the summer's been going this year, I might well stay in Arizona because it's been hot in Atlanta this year.
Well, you just might want to head up to Alaska, really. I mean, it's been crazy weather this summer, hasn't it?
I might come to Seattle. It's been a great place to come. The weather-wise, you know. They told me yesterday when we landed it was like 65.
Yeah.
I figured it's not a bad place to spend the summer.
No,
Not at all.
What time did you get in last night?
I got in the state around 1 o'clock.
You did. And who'd you fly?
Delta.
Oh,
Had
Delta.
a non-stop 5-hour long flight from Atlanta.
Yeah.
So it's, you know.
I flew for Northwest Airlines for 21 years.
Oh, yeah?
Before they merged with Delta, actually, during that whole process. And so I've been retired from them for 2 years. So.
But my ex-wife was a flight attendant for
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
ties there.
So perhaps we float together.
Probably. Probably.
What do you know?
Never know. But, you know, it's you know, it's a hometown based airline, so it's great.
Yeah, it is. And Atlanta is such a great city. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it. And I grew up there. Now I think it's time for me to kind of move on. The city has changed a lot. And,
Right.
You know, I'm looking for a nice place to relax where it's warm all the time and I don't have to worry about doing a whole lot of things. And
No.
my kids have to travel a long way to visit me. So,
Right.
So it's perfect.
And where's that grandbaby?
She's in Tampa.
She's in Tampa.
Yeah,
So Grandpa's going to Tampa, huh?
Grandpa go to Tampa once a month just to make sure he's here. Yes, no question about it.
Oh, wonderful. And so what is your expectation for this weekend?
Oh, I think it's going to be a great weekend. It's always a great cause. And,
Yeah.
You know, this is my 3rd year up here, and first 2 years have been great. I expect no more than this year. Hopefully this year we can at least try to win it. If not win it, but get a little close to it.
How'd you do last year?
Not very well.
No?
Not very well. We had fun. You know, the one thing about these type of tournaments, though, when you go to, you just go there because it's a good cause.
Yeah.
And you go to have fun. You meet a lot of people. You see a lot of the guys that you played against or you seen play.
Right.
And it's nice to kind of have that camaraderie come back
Sure.
to those guys.
Right. Yeah, isn't it though? So you don't have the teams yet, do you? You haven't seen who you're going to be playing with?
No, not yet, though. I'm trying to bribe somebody to get with a good team.
Yeah,
No,
see
I
if you
haven't
can
seen
pay
it.
off Randy.
Yeah, I told Randy, you know, whatever it costs to get with a good team, I'll play. But no question. I have fun. I don't care who I play with as long as, you know, it's for a good cause. And most of the people that I play with is always great. You know, we have fun together and, you know, you make new friends. So it's perfect.
Yeah, and it's just such a lovely day. I mean, it starts out with that breakfast and, you know, the light breakfast there at registration and the box lunch, and then, you know, who can't beat Ezel's chicken afterwards, so.
Yeah, you just got to prepare for a long day, you know.
Right.
As a golfer, you know it's going to be a long day.
That's right.
Because normally around the golf last year 4.5 hours, but sometimes you're out there 5 or 6 hours, so it's kind of get a little. So you got to be with a lot of people you like.
Right. That's
sure.
right. Well, they do such a good job, don't they? Isn't everybody with the Lenny Wilkens Foundation associated with it just exceptional?
It is. I play in a lot of celebrity tournaments and a lot of charity events, and this is one of my favorite. You know, this is my 3rd year, and I played in a lot of them for a lot of years. And, you know, just because Lenny is associated with it and the people that you meet here in Seattle. And I've always had nothing but great relationship here in Seattle with people. So it's always great to come back.
Well, good. Well, I thank you so much for joining us here on Solminod. We're going to get John Egan here to come and sit down and have a chat with us, okay?
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and transition here in just a moment. This is Sonya Doswell signing off from Solminod for now. We'll be right back. We're going to have John Egan join us in just a moment. We'll be right back.